Hi and welcome everybody, my name is Thea, thank you for joining me. Today we're doing hip openers. Those are hip stretches to help us open the hips, to help us increase flexibility in the hips. I do recommend this session to everybody, but it's perfect for people with hip pain and back pain. It will help you release the tight muscles and maybe help you release the pain. So as usual, we're starting on all fours. We go in this position, we lift ourselves up in the plank position, and now we do the lunge. We step next to our hands, and now I want you to push your knee far forward, and I want you to push the heel backwards, far backwards. Now you're going to feel the stretching in the hips, so you're ripping yourself apart. So be here, far forward, far backwards, and rip your hips apart. You're feeling this stretch, good and nice. And hold it here, and now with the stretch, hold the stretch, feel the stretch, and now drop your knee down, and you're still feeling the stretch. Hold it and pushing it, still pushing your knee forward. You can help yourself with your arms if you like. It's important that you stretch your hips here. Good job. And now we're going to lift ourselves up, back to the lunge, and tuck our knee under the body and go into the pigeon pose, like this. Good job. Be careful that your hips are aligned, so no sitting to the side, okay? Good. And you can drop down here if you'd like. If you cannot do this, stay on your hands, stay on your palms, and just try dropping your hips down to the floor. You want here to touch the floor with your hips, okay? This is our goal. And if this is not a good stretch for you, like you're not feeling anything, no stretch for you, you can try and lift your ankle higher, and now you're going to feel that your stretch is a bit more deep now, maybe a bit more difficult to hold. Everything is really stretching now, so maybe this feels better for you. So stay here for a bit and breathe slowly and try to relax all the muscles. The muscles are trying to contract because they're trying to protect you from overstretching. So try to think about those muscles and try to relax them with your mind, with your thinking. So be really focused on these muscles and be like, okay, I'm stretching, I'm relaxing now. I want them to stretch and I don't want them to contract back. And we can see it here for a bit more longer. Good job. And now we're going to lift ourselves up and we're going to grab our back ankle. So I have the left ankle here. I'm going to grab it with my right arm, like this. Good. You can just grab your toe, if possible, or you can grab more. And I'll hold it here and relax, breathe slowly, deep and slowly. Oof, oof, it's hurting. Yeah, be slow, be gentle. Okay, and relax, relax gently. Yeah, good job. And stay here a bit. Try to go left and right in this position. Maybe it's easier now because we're stretched a little bit, but still we can still be here in this position, just having a slow flow. Okay, good job. And we'll lift ourselves up, back to the plank, and now step to the lunge again and drop down to the knee. And now we're going to stretch the hamstrings, so going backwards with your glutes, with your hips, and we try to bend forward while we have our leg extended. Toes up. I want that your toes are looking up towards the ceiling, and try to extend it down and try bending forward as much as possible. Yeah, feel the stretch behind your leg, and the back side of your leg. Good job. And now we're going to turn. I'm going to turn towards you, but you can still turn like this, so you're all the way through the whole mat. And we're going to stretch side leg. And I'm going to sit back on my foot, and I'm going to stretch it. And then if I want to increase my stretch, I can lift myself up higher with the hips, and I can drop myself down again. And now find the stretch that works good for you. Okay? Yeah, have your knee and your hips aligned directly in one line while you try to move your foot. The right foot, in my case, you want to move it as far away as possible. And here, when you feel the greatest stretch, when you feel that it's the biggest and the most deep stretch, stay in this position. So stay in this stretch, breathe out, and hold it here. Good job. Okay. And again, in the position on all fours. And now we go to the other side, to the other leg. Now when you're here in this sitting position, you can feel the difference already. So how one leg is feeling different to another, you can feel it. So be really focused and have attention on that too. And then we can start with the other side. Are we ready? Plank and into the lunge. Now, knee forward as much as possible and heel back as much as possible. So now we're trying to rip ourselves apart. A good job. And hold in this position. And now holding here, knee forward, heel backwards, ripping the hip apart. We try to drop down the floor. Yeah, now we feel the stretch in the quadriceps. And we're still trying to push the knee, the front knee, forward. Good job. A little bit more. And lift yourself up, pigeon pose, and down. Again, be careful, your hips need to be aligned with the floor, so no sitting to the side. Know this, yeah? This is not allowed. So, being here. Again, you can move your foot up, a little bit more up, so you increase your stretch if you don't feel it. Move a little bit to the side. And find your position, the position that suits you and that you feel that you're stretching optimally and that it's really opening your hips up. So you need to feel that. Okay, and lift. And now, right ankle with left leg. Whew. Today's stretch for me is super intense. I feel every muscle stretching and it's burning. So keep it up with me. We're almost at the end. This is the hardest thing. So when you're done with this, it's done. So breathe it in, breathe it out. Breathe through the stretch. A little bit more. Good job. And slowly, slowly, slowly drop it down. Okay, back to the plank. And again to the lunge position. Yeah. And now we stretch the hamstring. You can move freely while doing the stretches. So move freely, move the way you like, move the way you feel okay. Okay, we go slowly. So our feet, our toes looking up, and we go slowly down. We slowly stretch the knee, we extend the knee. Yeah, I have problems with this one. You can also hold your fingers, hold your toes, and push it up so you pull it toward yourself. A little bit more. Good job. And now we're going to the side. I will change the side so you'll see me, but you can just turn to the side so you have this adductor stretch. Okay, so now I'm aligned, so my hips with my knees are aligned, and I want to move my leg, my foot as far away from my hips, and now I go down and up and feel where the stretch is the deepest. So where is it that it hurts me the most? Of course, the stretches shouldn't hurt a lot, but it should be uncomfortable. So where you find the position that the stretch is the best, so it's hurting, you feel that it's stretching, stay there for a bit, hold that stretch. Good job. A few more seconds. Hold it here. Okay. You go together with your legs and you sit on your pelvic bones. Like this. I'll just turn to the side so you'll see me the best. I want you to spread your legs like this, and I want you to drop down. So now we have these 90-90 angles. What I want you to do to be more comfortable is that you have your knees and especially your ankles on the mat. So I'll just shift a little bit so I have everything on the mat that I need. Okay, and now I'm going to shift my body towards my front knee. So this, I'm trying to shift it, and now I'm going to drop down. First, I'm going to help myself. Great. And I'm going to drop down, and now I want to push my chest out. I don't want to be in the cat position. I want it to be straight. My spine needs to be straight. And I try to drop down. Drop down as low as possible and hold it here. And stretch. Okay, and now lift up. And now I put my arms like this or like this. I don't mind what you do, just don't touch the floor, okay? And now I'm trying actively stretch my hips. So I try to drop down, I'm stretching, but still I'm so strong, I can hold myself and I can lift myself up. Good job. One more. I'm dropping down, and now I will touch the floor with my hands. Okay, now I'll drop down, and what I want you to do is that I lift my back ankle up and drop it down. Okay, I can lift myself up a little bit more, and I can lift my ankle up and drop it down. Good job. Okay. Now I turn around, and the best way to turn around to the other side is just to change and shift and I'm in the same position but on the other side. And again, I drop down, chest out, spine straight, and I try to drop it down as much as possible. I'm here, breathing in, breathing out. I can feel my hips stretching. Try to drop down a little bit more and lift yourself up. And again, a little bit more. And lift yourself up. Good job. And now, active mobilization. Arms out. And I drop down. If this is too much for you, you can try having one arm down, helping yourself lift up. I know this might be really painful for some. Don't go as far down. Just go to the point you feel comfortable, the point you can lift yourself up again. Good job. We have 2 and 1 and drop down. Yeah, touch the floor with your arms, with your hands, and now lift your back ankle. You can lift here as much as you can, of course. You can even be up and then lift and drop down. Yeah, for some of you this might be really difficult, so just bend over as much as you need. For some this might be really easy. So trying here, staying in this position all straight. Try to lift and drop down. Lift, drop. Good job. Yeah, we're coming to an end. Great, last one. Super. Okay, now I sit like this. So in this giving birth position, spread position, and I'm trying, and I'll just put my knees down and turn to the side and the other side. You can be a little bit back, so have this angle be leaned backwards and try to drop your knees down to the floor. Okay, this is pretty difficult for some, and try not to lift your glute up or your hip up. So I want you to have your hips aligned, straight, looking straight forward, and then just dropping down the legs and the other side. If one side is you feel is more tight, for example here with me, my right leg, it's not coming down as much as my left leg. My left leg is at the floor, so my knee is down at the floor, touching the floor, which is really good, but my right knee cannot touch the floor. Even though if I'm pushing, you cannot. So if you have a situation like this, you can push it yourself actively more down to the floor. For example, I feel the tension in my hips and it's really uncomfortable. I feel a little bit of pain, but not too much. It's not like serious pain. Yeah, but you can help yourself like this. So don't just be like, okay, I cannot come to the floor, down to the floor. Okay, I'm not flexible enough. Try, push. Yeah, you can actively push your knee down to the floor. I can feel this stretch down to my knee and up my glute and up to my glute, while this one is piece of cake. Yeah. And again, the last one. Yeah, you see, now I can almost drop it down, yeah, to the floor, even though I still feel a lot of stretch happening in my hips. But it will get better. If I'll do this a few times a week, it will get better. Okay, and together, like this. And now I bent forward with my straight spine. I bent forward, and with my elbows, I spread the elbows and push my knees down to the floor. Straight spine, and I can later on, I can bend the spine also. So I can do a cat position, so my spine doesn't have to be straight all the time. I just want your spine to be straight at the beginning of the movement, and then you can relax. Here also, try and look your knees. Yeah, for example, this one is much higher than this one, and even though if I push it down to the floor, this I can feel touches the ground, but the right one is just not working with me today. So here, for example, you can help yourself also pushing down to the floor, opening it up, just feel the stretch. For me, the right hip is giving me deep stretch, and it's giving me a little bit of pain or discomfort. But if you feel that, it's okay. Just don't go into this pain. You don't need to be suffering here. You need to feel discomfort because it's the way we stretch and it's the way we stretch efficiently, but don't suffer with stretching because you'll hate it. Okay, and we can dance it off a little bit, moving up, down, up, down, up, down. And we're done. We're done with the stretch. I do welcome you to continue with the stretch now, but I will say goodbye to you, and I will say that I will see you soon. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up. If you want to see more content like that, please subscribe. And of course, message me, tell me in the comments, what would you like to see more of? What would you like me to do more? And what kind of videos would you like me to do for you? What kind of stretches? What kind of problems do you have that you feel exercise will help you? And I will be the most happy to do it for you. So thank you very much. See you soon.